came to the conclusion that the John Doe Fellowship has to support the companies that are local champions today that are looking forward to become the multinationals of Africa in the next future. So our main target is to see how we can set up an ecosystem around those companies to bring them from level 1 to level 2. And by doing that, there are specific capabilities that we believe that we can provide to those companies. One of them is funding. Funding seems to be a major gap in the way that companies are growing from local stages to international stages. So our job and the purpose of the fellowship is to see how we can bring together those financial resources around those companies to see how we can fund them, help them to identify opportunities in their expansion throughout Africa. There is a misconception where people believe that funding cannot be found in Africa. It's a major misconception. The reality is that funding does exist, but you need to make sure that you set up the companies in a certain manner for the funding to go into their direction. That's the purpose of the fellowship. The fellowship is going to set up, make sure that those companies are well structured, well managed, and ensure that when the funding is available, the funding can be directed toward those companies. I want to say something that is very clear in our mind, and this is a true statement from Africans. We want to make sure that tomorrow, the companies that the John Doe Fellowship is going to be supporting are going to be the next global challengers, fighting against the ones as Walmart or the ones as Apple in the innovation world. So this is a true statement from Africans trying to achieve something that has never been achieved before. The system is on different levels. One level is about bringing them to a level where they can get real advice from leaders that are sitting on our boards. If you see the board of the fellowship, you can see people that have the gravitas that you need and that have the experience that you need and that can provide those advice and that mentorship that those companies may need. So our job is to provide them with that training, with that mentorship. The second level that is important, and it is very critical, is to see how we can help them in the effective implementation of the expansion strategy. That's where we have put together a great ecosystem. And in that ecosystem, you can find banks, you can find funds, you can find private equity actors that are going to be providing the funding to those companies.